All right, the difference between this year's squad to last year's squad is the fact that we have more depth at the post position. Obviously, we're a little less experienced because we lost, 3 seniors that had, been basically staples of our program for 4 years, and Hannah and Danielle Padavania and Danielle Burns. But I think, G has stepped up from a leadership standpoint. We're waiting for Snapte to recover from a concussion. Mary Golden should be back soon with an injury, but the attitude's been super. The competitiveness has been outstanding, and the chemistry has been really, really good.
Well, last year, we had a lot of experience, a lot of upperclassmen, so it was a lot easier as far as the leadership roles and what to expect and holding each other accountable. This year we have 9 freshmen. So, at times it gets frustrating, but they're so easy to work with. They're so eager to learn. Their energy is great, and they come in every day and just give everything that they have. And even off the court, they're constantly working out with coaches in the gym trying to get better. So, the turnover is not as tough as I expected it to be with the 9 freshmen because they're extremely easy to work with and they work their butts off. So that's all we ask for.
The 9 freshmen, it's interesting because we have 2 of them are walk-on freshmen. 1 is sitting out this year from Fiji. 2 were here for 1 semester. Bree was here for a full year. So there is some experience involved. So we call them frofs, as my husband will refer to them as frofs, a little bit caught between freshman and sophomore. The energy level is great. The town's great. I mean, even at our Sacred Heart scrimmage the other day, I looked on the court. I had 5 freshmen on the court at one time. I told them they're going to pay all my hair coloring bills because there was a lot of grays after that, but that's part of being freshmen and part of the inexperience, but will be a work in progress.
I definitely think there's a huge difference between last year and this year. Just because last year we did have a lot more experience, we had a lot more upperclassmen that were familiar with the way practices were ran and how we play in games and coach's style. And so to have 9 new freshmen, it's definitely awesome because they all work hard. They definitely want to get better, but it's also, we lack a little bit of experience this year, but I definitely think as the year goes on and they get used to how we run the program and what we do, I definitely think that they're going to do a great job stepping up and filling those roles from last year.
We had our first closed scrimmage against Sacred Heart University, which was a great test for us because we were able to put, the freshmen to a test, which is as expected. It was good at times, bad at times. Damiris Davis stepped up as to be expected with a double-double. And Haley Gillis stepped up and did some great things for us. We're also going to get another test against Hofstra in that 3rd exhibition that is allowed just because we're giving relief to Puerto Rico and all the funds will go to Puerto Rico. And then we head into our exhibition game on Sunday. We also have our Brunson baskets right in between on Saturday. So we're going to get a lot of scrimmage type tests for us, which I think is important at this point in the year, especially with our young kids. Last year's schedule was tough. This year is probably, in my opinion, the most difficult schedule out of conference that I'll face as a coach, just because we're tested on the road at many good teams. Obviously, to name a few, it's just, St. John's, BC, Penn State, UCLA comes in town. But what I'm a little fearful of with young kids is sometimes they forget that you got to take care of business and you never want to overlook anybody. My philosophy is always fear no one, respect all. See no name on the jersey. The only one we're worried about is the Fordham Rams. I think the foreign tour was great in a lot of ways as far as getting Damiris Davis some experience as being a leader. I mean, we knew what she was going to be able to do for us on the court, but I think where I'm really proud of her is what she's been able to do for us off the court as a leader. We also are going to be able to play with a big lineup, which will get G ready for the next level of her career at the 3 spot because it gives her an opportunity to face up a little bit, but it also puts a lot of pressure on opponents to defend us inside because G can defend as a guard. So she's one of our best defenders, whether she's small or big. She'll have a lot of help in the backcourt with Lauren Holden. I mean, Lauren has been steady for us. We need Lauren to be, both a presence on the defensive and offensive end of it. Lauren, G, and Mary Golden were all named tri-captains. So we're proud of them because I think they've done a great job stepping up in practice, and I think they're going to be great leaders along the way.
So I definitely think that it's crazy because I feel like I was just a freshman not too long ago. So to be a leader this year, it's definitely a stressful role. I know G and Mary can say the same thing. So it's our job to just bring the team in when we're having a lot of turnovers or things aren't going our way, just to bring the freshmen in and just explain to them, like, you're going to have ups and downs when you play. You're going to go through times where you're playing well and times when you're not playing well. So it's just important to keep everybody as a unit. So when games start to come up and practices throughout the year, we all stick together.
Of course, I want to maintain what I was able to do last year. I had a lot of accomplishments, and I was very proud of myself and how hard I worked, and my teammates holding me accountable and pushing me. This year, of course, I expect a lot more out of myself. Being a senior, one of the only 2 seniors, 5 upperclassmen, so it's a lot of pressure sometimes being one of the only upperclassmen, but it's a challenge that I have eagerly accepted. So, I'm just working on every day, pushing myself, trying to bring it every day. Energy, on the court to make sure that I'm getting the freshmen going. So, they look up to me, so I have to make sure that I'm a great example. And of course, I'm pushing myself off the court. I've, extended my range. I've started working on threes. Coaches moved me to the 3 spot. So, there's a lot of improvement there. So I'm just working.